Okay, a very good day to all my students. This is your teacher, Mrs. Numaira Zahid, and this is our lesson about branches of biology. So what can we deal here is we are going to find out what are different branches of biology and how can we define these branches and what do we study under these branches of biology. So let's begin up. The first branch of biology I'm going to share with you or I'm going to discuss with you is genetics. Oh, what is genetics? Genetics is the branch of biology which deals with the study of inheritance, including the transmission of hereditary characters from parents to their offsprings. So, the inheritance, what does the word inheritance mean? Inheritance means that whenever something is transferred from parents to their offsprings, it is inherited. So, inheritance means the transference of characters from parents to their offsprings. Okay, so inheritance is the term which we deal with here in the branch of genetics. It includes transmission of hereditary characters from parents to offsprings. We also study about the genes. In genetics, we are going to study about all the things, all the genetic makeup, which is related to our DNA, particularly with our genes. Okay. So here, this is DNA, the picture of DNA. So whenever we are going to study about genes, about genetic makeup, about anything which is related to our DNA, related to our genes, related to transmission of hereditary characters is included in the branch of biology that is called genetics. Hereditary characters. Hereditary characters are the characters which can be transferred, which can be transmitted from parents to their offsprings. Got it? Let's move to the next branch of biology, which is morphology. How can we define morphology? Morphology is defined as the branch of biology which deals with the study of external structure of living organisms. As I told you in the previous lesson, that here, if we are going to study about any organism externally, how does it look? And we are going to find out what are the external features of any living organism that is studied under the branch of biology, which is called morphology. So the branch of biology which deals with the study of external structure of any living organism is called morphology. Here you can see that frog has many external features which are different from other living organisms. So here we are taking it as a study under the branch of morphology. Okay, so after morphology, the next branch of biology which we are going to discuss is anatomy. What is anatomy? Anatomy is defined as the branch of biology which deals with the internal structure of a living organism. So here we are going to discuss about anatomy of frog. Let's find out what is anatomy of frog. Here the picture displays that in the internal parts, when we talk about the internal structure and the internal viscera, we can see the lungs, the heart, the intestines, stomach, kidneys, bladder, and all the organs which are organized within a living organism. Okay, so anatomy is the branch of biology dealing with the study of internal structure of any living organism. The next branch is histology. What is histology? Histology, as I already have mentioned in my previous lesson, that the branch of biology which deals with the study of tissue of living organism any kind of tissues when we study under the microscope, that comes under the branch of histology. It means all the tissues when we study under the microscope are actually the living tissues, and those living tissues, when are studied under the microscope, this branch of biology is called histology. The next is cytology. Cytology is defined as the study of cell. When we study about structure, function, and composition of cell and its organelles, it is called cytology. So here you can see there is a diagram showing cell. When we study about cell, it's a structure. What are the structures found inside the cell? What are the structures found outside the cell? Means what kind of membranes are enclosing the cell? What kind of organelles are found inside the cell? And the composition of a cell is all related to cytology. The next branch is physiology, which is the major and most important part. If we study about physiology, we know a lot about the most complex machineries made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is the branch under which we study about the functions of different living parts. Like, for example, when you study about the function of eye, how does our eye work, then all that study goes to the branch of physiology. Next is ecology. How can we define ecology? It is the branch of biology again, which is actually the study of relationships of living organisms with their non-living environment. So all the living organisms have their particular environment, and we have both biotic as well as abiotic components. Means in our surroundings, in our environment, we have two types of components which make up our environment or which make up our surroundings. We depend on both type of these components. We depend on the living organisms around us. We also depend upon the non-living things around us. Like, for example, the non-living things are air, carbon dioxide and oxygen from the air are really very important for living organisms. And we depend upon other plants, we depend upon other microbes, we are in relation with other animals, and also we can find out that water, air, sand, soil, all these are the abiotic, means non-living components, which are making up our medium of survival. So all those components which are making up our environment are actually related to the living organisms. So living organisms are dependent upon their environment. They are in a strong relation with their environment. So this is ecology, under which we study about the relationships of living organisms with each other and with their living organisms, with their non-living environment as well. The next branch is embryology. What is embryology? The branch of biology which is the study of developmental processes or the progressive development of embryo into an organism. When an embryo develops and grows into a mature adult organism, that branch of biology is termed as embryology. Okay. In the next branch, we are going to discuss about the classification and grouping of living organisms, as taxonomy deals with the description, identification, classification, and naming of living organisms. How do we study taxonomy? Like, for example, here we have many taxonomic ranks. The least and the most important rank is the basic unit of taxonomy is species. So species are consisting of living organisms which are very similar, which are able to breed with each other and produce fertile offsprings. Many similar species are grouped under a genus. Many similar genera are grouped under family, and many similar families are grouped under order. Similar orders make up a class. Similar classes make up a phylum, and similar phyla make up a kingdom. So the highest rank in taxonomy is kingdom. Okay, and let's find out. There is an example. If we take an example of an animal, and that animal, we humans are also animals, and we are categorized in the same category. A highly advanced animal form is humans. So human, our species is sapiens, our genus is Homo. So our scientific name is Homo sapiens. We belong to family Hominidae, and the order is primate. We belong to class Mammalia, phylum Chordata, and kingdom Animalia. Similarly, in case of plants, we can see that we have, for example, we can take an example of buttercup. The species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, and kingdom is mentioned. So in this way, we have classified organisms, means plants, animals, microorganisms, and all the living organisms have been classified according to their characteristic features. Okay, so taxonomy is the branch of biology which deals with the description, identification, classification, and naming of living organisms.